Now, 4 years after President Obama became America's first black president, the Obama-Mania that swept across Kenya, his father's homeland, appears to have waned somewhat. Many Kenyans seem to have moved on from the craze that saw people obsess about his victory. Mr. Obama enjoyed rock star status in Kenya, and the excitement reached fever pitch levels as people poured out into the streets to celebrate his victory. Obama's father came from Western Kenya, and because of his ancestral ties, many there saw the new president as their son. Obama-Mania has died down, but Kenyans still closely monitor the presidential debates and events shaping this year's race to the White House. A universe away from the White House in Kogelo, the tiny ancestral village in Western Kenya and where his father was born and buried, the Obama presidency has not met the expectations of some residents, and they feel dissatisfied.
It's a disappointment since he came from this place. He should have even come at least to say hi to the people of Kenya, at least so that we can know that we are still together in spirits, other than abandoning us as if he was never our son.
But President Obama's eldest half-brother, Malik, who now operates a recreational center named after the president, says he's closely following the election and that people should focus on developing the country instead of questioning why Barack Obama has not visited.
I do not think that Barack has an obligation to come here, because he comes here, through his own choice. If you remember, he wasn't born in Kenya. Myself, I met him when he was in 1985, when he was a grown man.
Now, James Shikwati, an independent economic analyst in Nairobi, says President Obama will remain popular on the continent regardless of a less than priority focus on Africa. Mr. Obama spent less than 24 hours in sub-Saharan Africa during a visit to Ghana in 2009.
In Kenya, people are faced with very tough economic challenges. So the priority now is really trying to stay afloat. Amidst this tough economic challenge, very unpredictable political situation with the uncertainties about when to vote or whether it will not be there. So I think it makes people to then focus on what's immediate as opposed to the celebration. But I do think if Obama wins, there'll still be the celebration. And we should not forget that the elections for the US is November. Our elections is in March. So I would not be surprised that if there's an Obama win starting December going forward, there's going to be a momentum of now Obama again resurfacing.
As Shikwati just mentioned, Kenyans are set to go to the polls in March, the first vote since a disputed election in 2007 that triggered a politically based ethnic slaughter in which more than 1,100 people were killed. The U.S. has called for a free and fair election and is trying to strengthen security ties with allies such as Kenya in the face of growing threats from Islamist militants.
Well, for more information on any of today's stories, please visit us online at voaafrica.com and be sure to befriend us on Facebook. The address is facebook.com/VOA in focus.